is a true symbol for the combination of terroir, varietal, and right processing techniques that truly elevate its coffee's qualities. That is why, starting with your espresso today, I'm going to be serving you a natural geisha, produced in Jansen Los Alpes estate in the region of Volcan at 1,700 meters. This coffee was carefully produced and meticulously picked, and then fermented anaerobically for 48 hours. Through its anaerobic fermentation process, Kai is able to create new organic volatile compounds. This will bring you today the flavors of mandarin orange and dark plum. After the fermentation process, these coffees go into unique dark rooms for their drying phase, drying at a consistent temperature of 18 degrees with 45% humidity for 13 days. By developing a unique drying profile for his coffees, Kai is able to preserve all those classical geisha notes of dark plum and orange blossom. Now, being inspired by Kai's low temperature techniques, I'm gonna preserve your signature shots in my own dark room here in this hyper chiller. But we'll get to this in your signature course later. Now, let's move on to your espressos finally. I'm gonna be serving you espressos in a recipe of 22 grams in to 56 grams out. This is gonna bring you a medium body for weight today. Please look at the menu to your left. You have flavor notes for your espresso course and your milk course. I'm gonna be handing you a second menu in your signature course. Please feel free to take these menus with you afterwards. I'm gonna ask you please to take 2 sips of water now to fully cleanse your palate before your espresso courses. And please begin writing down the flavor notes of your espresso. You're gonna taste a medium to high acidity, like white wine. A medium sweetness, like fresh mandarin orange. And a pleasant medium bitterness, just like dark chocolate. You're gonna taste the flavors of mandarin orange, orange blossom, and dark plum. You will have a medium body for weight, silky and coating texture, and a pleasant, long-lasting dark chocolate finish. Now, being inspired by low temperature techniques and how to preserve more volatile compounds, I've decided to rapid chill your extractions. Rapid chilling allows us to preserve 40% more aromatic volatile compounds, bringing higher flavor clarity to orange blossom and dark plum notes. Rapid chilling, as you can see here, is using frozen stainless steel spheres to quickly cool down the temperature of your extractions. And I love this technique because it creates such a memorable texture, silky and coating espressos for you.
I'm wondering how effective that is because it's been sitting for a while, so...
Now, I'm gonna ask you not to drink these espressos yet. Please start only by evaluating the crema. Thank you. Now, with Kai Jensen's teamwork in sharing unique knowledge about coffee processing, it's what inspired me today as your barista to share with you this amazing expression of geisha on espresso that was elevated using low temperature techniques. Now, I'm gonna stir your espressos for you, but please wait, we're gonna enjoy these espressos together. For now, I wanna invite you to join our team and our dream of elevating coffee quality. You may now start enjoying these espressos.
So this is Gordon Boone, barista champion of Brazil, multiple-time barista champion. This is at least his third in a row, and his third appearance in the World Barista Championship. So just joining us for watching the finals, and I'm going to offer whatever thoughts that may come to mind. He just pulled his shots of espresso and served them to the judges using the cold extract technique with the golden orbs, frozen orbs, to reduce the temperature of the brew to give better aromatics and better flavor development. I'm wondering how much of an impact that has, because the true chill extract, really, you want to pull the orb directly from the freezer, but it looked like they had already started to sweat when he was pulling his shots.
You guys ready? Now let's move on into your milk course. I'm gonna tell you how through teamwork we're gonna elevate your milk experience, especially because milk drinks are the gateway drink for new customers. And this is how we bring more people in, by creating delightful, sweet, dessert-like milk courses. So first with the coffees. Together with Kai Jensen's teamwork, I was able to elevate a coffee produced in my family farm back in Brazil at Fazenda. This natural pink bourbon underwent the same processing techniques and dark room drying, just like Kai taught us, elevating its sweetness and complexity. That's why I decided to blend this coffee for you today. In the composition of 70% Janssen Geisha to 30% Fazenda natural pink bourbon. This is the ultimate teamwork in between coffees and producers to bring you a medium to high body and a beautiful sweetness to your milk course. Now, with the help of our team roaster, Paul Stevens, we developed a unique roast profile for both of these coffees in a fluid bed roaster with a halogen capability. With the halogen, we're able to fully develop these beans from inside out, bringing higher complexities and body. Also with the team, we have selected a zero lactose milk with 3% fat content that was freeze distilled to 30%. Zero lactose milk contains simple sugars that are more inclusive for new customers while elevating the sweetness of your milk course. In order to create that balance of milk and espresso, I'm going to be serving you in a recipe of 25 grams of espresso to 50 grams of milk. Now, finally, with the help of our mixologist, Marcia Yoko, we selected a unique water for you today. Higher contents of calcium and magnesium to fully cleanse your palate and increase your flavor perception. Please go ahead and drink 2 sips now. After seeing how rapid chilling greatly improved the texture and quality of your espressos, I decided to test with the milk. Freshly steamed milk needs to hit 58 degrees to break down the simple sugars and increase sweetness. But due to its high temperature, it oxidizes quickly, creating unwanted flavors. That's why I rapid chill your milk from 58 to 50 degrees to preserve that sweetness and bring you more flavor clarity. I'm going to ask you only to start inspecting the visuals. Don't drink your espressos, your milk courses yet. Please write down the flavor notes. You're going to taste peach yogurt, melted chocolate ice cream, and creme brulee. Here you go. You're going to have a medium to high body for weight, creamy, rich, and buttery mouthfeel, and a sweet, melted chocolate ice cream finish.
Now, a lot of these things he's going to detail because
Thank you.
these are areas for scoring on the score sheet.
Now you have met all of our team members today, starting with Kai Jensen and my family, your coffee producers. Paul Stevens, your roaster. Marcia, our mixologist. And me as your barista, bringing synergy to ingredients and techniques, elevating your coffee experience. Now I want to welcome you all into our team. I'm going to ask you to do your part now. I want you to use the clean spoons in front of you to stir your milk courses 5 times back and forth to fully incorporate the crema and enjoy your milk beverages. You may place clean spoons into the small pink cups in front of you.
All right, so Boram has just served his milk beverages, and like I said, you want to detail the flavors and
Ready?
the tactile experience.
Now that you're all part of our
Explore
team,
that.
let's make this dream come true. If there's something understood in this journey, is that the most important thing are the people around us and how they push us to fulfill our dreams. That's why I'm serving you today my dream. A natural pink bourbon that was elevated with Kai Jensen's teamwork, bringing you unique notes on espresso today of honey and orange blossom. I've decided to serve you this coffee today because it is our dream to elevate this coffee's qualities and bring you a unique flavor experience. Now, in front of each of you, you have a unique ingredient that represents and celebrates each of our team members. Our industry starts with you representing our coffee producer. That's why you have 40 grams of a mixed syrup of peach, cherry, and lime. That was prepared by blending equal parts of water, fruit, and sugar. This represents our producer because it creates the base of fruit notes that normally come through fermentation, transforming the orange blossom note today into grapefruit juice. Now you represent our roaster. That's why you have 20 grams of coffee oil saccharum. That was prepared by mixing equal parts of geisha spent pucks, sugar, and 100 grams of water. This represents our roaster because it creates complexity, body, and sweetness, bringing you and transforming that honey note into a dark chocolate note. Now you represent our mixologist. That's why you have 40 grams of a citrus infusion that was prepared with hot water, lemongrass, lemon, and grapefruit peels. This represents our mixologist because it creates new aromatic compounds, bringing you my favorite note today of ginger ale. Now you represent our most important team member, the coffee consumer. That is why you're in that unique spot today, because it is my job as your barista to showcase the entire industry through transparency, from seed to cup, while bringing new techniques that elevate your coffee quality. That's why you have 14 grams of fresh orange juice, because consumers are the ones that pushes us to innovate with simple ingredients, bringing you a juicy texture today. I'm gonna shake these all over ice, further dilute and bring synergy to these ingredients. Please write down the flavor notes of your signature course. You're gonna taste grapefruit juice, dark chocolate, and my favorite note of ginger ale. You're gonna have a medium body for weight, juicy texture, and a beautiful, refreshing finish for this hot day of ginger ale. And I'm gonna serve you on this frozen stainless steel sphere to keep your drink cold and preserve more compounds. Please don't drink these yet, only after I call my time. Now, together with teamwork, we were able to elevate your coffee experience. But this type of teamwork happens every single day in every cafe, every roaster, and every coffee farm. Because this is our dream, guys. Elevating coffee quality through transparency in our industry while nurturing our coffee community and team members. Thank you so much for being part of this coffee-loving dream team. And time.
Wow. All right. So one of the things to keep in mind is that he was talking about not tasting until after he's called his time, and he's pretty well rehearsed because, as you can see, if you could notice the timer in the background, he was right up against the 15-minute limit. So in the competition, you can have 15 minutes of what do you call it? Let me try this way. Yeah, anyway, you could have 15 minutes. Yeah, we're not talking about that. You have 15 minutes to do your presentation. And so once you can exceed your 15 minutes. However, for every second past 15 minutes, you incur a 1-point penalty. Now, overall, if you're really good in most of the national championships, going over time is not necessarily going to kill you per se. There have been situations where people can have recovered or have maybe even won with some penalties. Now, of course, at this level, we're talking the top 6 now in the world, and it becomes very difficult if you are someone that gets overtime. So it's nice to see. You can see with Boredom's presentation is that he's very smooth. He's very well polished. He's very well practiced, and he brings it right to the edge of the time without going over. And then, so really, really smooth, elegant presentation. Really nice to see. I mean, I was the head judge for Brazil last year when he won his second, I think, title. And okay, always smooth, always really well polished, always good presentation, nice flavors, coffees. It's hard to say really what the scoring would be with the coffees that are being presented. I mean, they look great, they have great flavor notes, but the truth of the matter is, you don't know until you actually taste the drink. And the only people that truly know what it's like are like you'll see a lot of criticism amongst the enthusiast world, or at least amongst competitors, about misgivings or whatever about the competition. But the reality is, the competitor makes the drink, and he makes if he makes a subsequent drink, it could be completely different because some factor in the production of that drink could change. Now Rusty's asking, is Boredom the first competitor, and what's the order? No, Boredom is not the first competitor. I think he's actually the fourth competitor. The broadcast looks like it's been going on for over 3 hours now. I only woke up. Oh, the audio's going in and out. The audio on my microphone here is going in and out. Is that right? Is that better? Any better? Let me know if that's any better. So they've started a few hours ago. I actually only woke up at I only probably woke up at like 6 o'clock. No. I woke up at actually I woke up at 5, and then I wasn't thinking about it. I went out to get some breakfast. There's only one place open at 5:30 in the morning. That's Dunkin' Donuts. Everyone talks about how great this coffee is. I thought it was pretty watery. Oh, the mic's good. Okay, good. And but what's the order? So the order, I'm not sure. Prior to Boredom jumping on, it was Patrick Rolf from what's the name of his coffee? April Coffee in Denmark, Copenhagen. The rest of the ones, I don't know. I don't really know who's next. I'm hoping that we haven't missed Isaiah Sheese, who's a personal friend and the current U.S. champion. He's made it to the finals, and I'm particularly hopeful that he will be the champion. As much as I may know Boredom and a couple of the other guys, which I'd be happy if any of them won, but hopefully Isaiah will do it. I mean, Isaiah has been competing in the U.S. championship since the time that I was competing, and that was outside of 2023, I haven't competed in the U.S. championships since 2009, so it's been a while. But I'm hoping that he can pull it together and zoom past the rest and do well. And that's one of the things to note, that when you're a judge in the championships, you'll see on the panels the same judges throughout the entire finals. And the reason we do this is now we want to have a consistent pool of judges, or consistent panel of judges, so that the scoring is even throughout the championship. And we're just waiting for them to come back before we go back to the video. And once they name the finalists, the judges that are from those countries know that they will not be sitting on that panel. They have no chance of sitting on that panel, because we don't want to have judges, no matter how competent, no matter how fair, no matter how balanced they may be, we don't want them to be sitting on the same panel as a person from their country, just because you just don't want. We want to avoid that kind of issue or question about the validity of the scoring, and so that means that everybody is separate. So we're going to come back a little bit and see what they're doing here. So this is Edgar Bresciani here, and we've got former world champion behind Boredom here, Dale Harris. And I am not familiar who these other people are.
Tell us a little bit about it.
But what they're doing is here,
Yeah,
they're coming and
we were
tasting the coffees.
gracious
So they've
to be
had
invited
the
by Kai
champions
Jensen to get to know his
remake
farm
some of
and
the drinks
and his
for
coffees.
the benefit of the
And
audience.
we went to Panama. I went to Panama for the first time in my life in this March, like a couple months ago. And I had the pleasure of tasting some of the best coffees that I've ever tasted in my life. And I'm so grateful for Kai for letting me serve his coffee at World Stage. And it's by far definitely some of the
Oh, he
most
must be the
memorable
farmer.
moments of my life.
I imagine. I imagine. And you're talking a lot about teamwork. We
Yeah.
have a wonderful crowd with you, Cole, everybody helping.
Yes.
And we were talking one of these days of how focused and disciplined you are.
Okay. Yeah.
Martha, right?
I guess.
And I know you are.
Yeah.
So this is really.
Oh, these are the people
something
that are with
in-
him on his team. I
From
apologize.
your competition in Brazil to this competition, how much have you changed on your presentation? Just
I think from the national championship this year, we have already been studying a little bit and tinkering with
chilling.
rapid chilling extractions, and we've been seeing some amazing results. I was grateful enough to use Kai Jensen's coffees as well, and we sort of did the same combo with coffee produced in our farm as well, because we learned so much from Kai, and we've been talking since last year, and we've been developing new coffees in our farm back in Brazil as well. So it was sort of a base groundwork for us to elevate into this presentation this year, for sure.
amazing, amazing. I will love to taste one of these espressos if you can prepare
Of
for
course.
us right there.
I'm so excited to taste this. I've tasted some of Kai's coffees before,
Yeah.
but I've never had espresso, so it's a new
Okay.
experience. Maybe if you pull some shots, and
Yes,
while you do
yeah,
that,
I'll get to work.
We'll introduce some of the team, and they can share their observations of what they've seen. So I think it's amazing, a true reflection of how global the coffee industry is. The different countries we have
Yeah.
represented within this little team.
It would be
and
nice if
how
they
you've all
took
worked
time
together. So
to
maybe
introduce the people on the
introduce,
panel.
yourself and where you're from and your business.
Oh, here we go.
Play
Yeah,
along the line.
Hello. My name's Cole Tarot. I'm from Canada. Here with my brother Dave. We're business partners in Forward Coffee and Rosso Coffee Roasters from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Boram's home for about a month this year. He doesn't know what Calgary looks like, but he knows what our office and training room looks like.
And just for everyone's benefit, when did you meet Boram? When was that first occasion, and how did that go?
We first met in Brazil, 2018.
2018, yeah.
Yeah, after a long night of karaoke for me, Bora made me coffee the next morning at a Boom coffee shop and brought me back to life.
And Cole is also the Canadian Brewers Cup champion. So
Yes,
he was representing Canada here. Yeah.
And you?
My name is Marcia. I'm working with Buran in quality control and export.
Much is
in,
basically his right hand
farms.
person. at
So we
Boom
started
Coffee.
this project 4 or 5 years ago, and then we believe Brazil deserves one barista in a world-class level. So he said, okay, I'll take this challenge and make this happen.
Marcia,
We are here.
how many times have you had to tell Boran to stop practicing? Because I think he goes like 30 hours nonstop.
Yeah, actually, if we count the count when all the setup is ready, he repeat this routine at least 300 times, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. Impressive, Boran. Yeah. Little.
That's how much I need to practice to get
No,
this
it's-
done.
It's perfection. You know, that's what we are aiming for.
So my name is David Crosby. I'm Cole's older brother, so we own the same businesses. And yeah, training with Boram is just a dream. He's a true coffee professional. He's willing.
As compared to someone like Cole, right? You did
Yes,
you did
a
the hard
true
work
coffee
there. and-
professional. Cole is a semi. He's a treat. He understands the dynamics from literally seed to cup. He's got a different view on coffee, being a coffee producer, and yeah, just been an honor to be a part of this journey.
And Kai, maybe tell us a little bit about, Boran's going to tell us all the amazing things that he's brought to Brazil from Panama, but what have you learned from working through this process and with him?
The most magical thing has been the Boom family. going to Brazil and getting to know the passion, the love, the dedication of each family member, dad, mom, Lauren, Gar, unbelievable. It's been magic for me. I don't know if I'm doing this properly, so there we go. So that's it. I mean, we're two families that are in common, Booms and Danza. So it's really.
And I mean, this represents so much of coffee production, right? It's family businesses and multiple generations and building things up and trying new ideas as each one comes along.
Exactly. And that so many different family members play so many different parts as well. You know, so it was fantastic to have them down in Panama, to have Borum come for his first time, because Garam had come the year before. And that's how I got to really know Garam and Borum, because of this man right here, this level.
So we've been joined by another coffee refugee.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Danilo lost his voice someplace else.
Yeah, I think I screamed Brazil too many
Screaming
times.
at Borum.
This is Danilo Lodi. He's from Brazil.
I'll
One
get
of the
next.
one of the
I'll get
WC
Danilo from Brazil,
as well as a head
been
judge,
judging for a while.
and
for a
he's
while.
also
Why
does a lot of
not
cooking
decades?
for
Judge that guy.
different.
I did not judge that guy.
It's not a while, Danilo. It's decades. Come on.
It's a while. And yeah, I'm helping Bora since 2019, and I'm glad that I met this guy in the between.
Amazing. This espresso is delicious. Am I gonna finish? Nobody.
Yeah, you're gonna make.
You tasted a million times. I'm not giving it to you. Yeah, but are you gonna have this coffee for us at one of your shops in Brazil?
Yeah, of course.
I had one of your competition coffees when I visited the coffee shop last year.
Fantastic.
I hope to have it, so that.
Of
but
course.
tell me before everybody goes and it finishes, because at least I can have some.
Yeah, of course.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
We're happy to have this coffee. Yeah.
Do you have time to prepare anything else for us? Because we are like tasty for.
I would love to prepare some milk too, but I'm not finding any pictures.
If you have, don't worry. If you don't have,
But I can definitely have more espressos. out
His
for you
pitchers
guys.
walked away because a lot of the runners will remove a lot of his tools and the cups that were
I think there's a
previously
couple of
used.
clean ones. Yeah.
So Borum,
We have some clean
because
ones on
we
the
spoke
cart.
a little bit about the farms.
Yes.
But maybe you can talk about, as a barista, some of the choices you made with how you were extracting. It's quite a complicated setup to put a couple shots.
Yeah, a little
And
bit.
you make it look seamless, but
Okay. Yeah, of course.
Everything here on the table in front of the judges makes it even.
We were lucky
harder.
enough to get some good support from the team from Barista Hustle and try out the new WDT tool. We've been getting some very consistent and amazing results with it, so we were happy to showcase this today. I think it doesn't need so much explanation. It's very simple and very cool to look at, and it's just like the setup we wanted to do this year. It's like very similar to a cafe setting, right? It's very close clients. They can look at everything I'm doing. It's pretty much like an open kitchen. So this is the setup that we wanted, and showcasing some of these techniques, and without even having to
Without
speak to
having to
them.
explain
Yeah,
it and
explain
talk
to
about
them. I think it's quite fun.
I wasn't sure if it was you or a robot doing it because it was so consistent.
Thank you very
Unique.
much.
Very nice to see. I have never seen this one.
Yeah, it's
For
brand new
distributing
tool.
it.
It's
Amazing.
fantastic.
But I do think there's something exceptional about you're producing this coffee so technically flawlessly.
Yeah.
But from up here, it's all smiles, it's all engagement with the customers, with
Yes.
the judges. It's beautiful.
It was just such a joyful time to be on stage again. I don't think I ever felt like this before. So I guess it's just all the energy coming through and really enjoying my time
You
here.
can finally do the whole way.
Yeah.
Leave nothing behind.
Exactly.
Maybe this might be a bit emotional, but how does it feel to serve coffee from your farm in those milk drinks on the biggest stage that we have for espresso drinks?
It's actually quite emotional because
While
we've
we're
been competing
the drinks, I
for
wish they would have
almost 4
gotten
years now, and
given their notes on it,
obviously,
like to help people understand
a huge
what the
dream
judges
for
may
a
have
booth to be
experienced.
able
That
to
would have
be
been
serving coffee
I think
at a world
helpful.
stage like this, and it's basically a dream come true. I think that's how we built the entire presentation around it, and it's the complete synergy of being a barista and being a producer at the same time, and being able to bring that into stage and serve it world
to
level.
really represent that whole
Yeah,
that seed
Exactly.
consumer journey.
yes.
It's
But
So
at the farm,
it's
you
very
also
much-
take care of quality control, right?
Yes. At the
and
farm, we
post-harvest.
do a lot of the post-harvest and post-harvest quality control. A lot of the experiments that we do. So, like, I'm fortunate enough to be in this position as a barista representing Brazil, and traveling to meet some of the best producers. Like, we have a world-class producer right here that taught us so much, shared knowledge with us so much, and being able to apply that back into our farms as well, and elevating our quality and bringing a new image to Brazil in terms of high-end coffees. It's truly amazing.
Incredible.
Okay, you guys ready for some milk?
I cannot wait.
Okay.
And I'm really intrigued by this, how the temperature change will impact milk. It's something I've never thought about doing.
Yes. That was actually an idea that Cole had, because we were discussing how this rapid chilling technique probably doesn't apply only to coffee. And in cooking, it's been applied in so many different ways, which is blanching. I think even some other competitors talk about this. And with the milk, it's just phenomenal how it changes the texture and how it preserves that sweetness that we want to keep in balance with the coffee.
And so with the milk drink, the changes this year, I mean, maybe David Cole can speak to this while you make the drink. There were changes, there were more options about what could be done with the milk drink, and changes to some of the assessment, how different things were valued. So did you change much of your approach, what you were aiming for from the final drinks and flavor profiles to warrant that?
Yeah, you're referencing like the holding back of people to taste the milk drink, and Boram waiting intentionally for everybody to have the drink in front of them and the team to get to come together. Yeah, there was a lot of thought, a lot of different tasting moments in when do we jump into the evaluation. But we found with this technique, and Boram's using a milk actually from Brazil, and maybe he can speak to that if that's of interest. This milk is just, it's dynamite through and through. And at first I was a little skeptical, but somehow, changed the perspectives. And I think that the way that this ends up working with it just elevates the sweetness and the tactile. And I think with the shift in the score sheet that we've just undergone in Barista, the full flavor and drink beverage experience is so much more. And I think this truly does elevate it. It would be fascinating even to do a side-by-side of hot and not. You don't have enough espresso, it's fine. Just you do you. But we'll do that another time. It does do a pretty significant impact.
Yeah, we ended up selecting a milk from Brazil because traveling abroad, and it's not our first rodeo. So we knew that milk options would be a challenge. And luckily, we have this amazing milk brand in Brazil called Leite Sumo that produces UHT, long shelf life stable milk. And it's very high quality. And we're like, okay, this might be one of our options here. So we're happy to be serving also Brazilian milk on stage today.
But and when you were in Canada, did you bring some of this milk to practice, or?
Yes, I did.
So when I said I was skeptical, it's because UHT is not something we're usually, I'm not used to drinking UHT. We drink fresh milk in Canada, and at first I was like, Boram, we can't do this, man. And then it's grown and grown and grown on me, and it's really quite delicious. You should wait probably a minute, is what the judges more or less took.
Yeah.
But you do you. You be comfortable.
Well,
This is yours
I am
now.
happy to wait. I want to be in Boram's hands, but I have to say,
You guys happy
it's
to
a
share
beautiful
this?
looking milk drink.
It's nice.
Yeah, but Boran for nationals, he bought, I think we bought every milk available in Brazil, and we tasted every recipe possible. So he found the best milk, and it was really hard to find a different one.
But did you use the? I wasn't in Brazil when you were competing. I was traveling. Did you use the chilling for the espresso and the milk?
I did
There,
a different version of chilling for espresso, but I did not chill the milk.
Okay.
So this is a new addition of technique. Yes.
I think I missed it. Did he say that they're using a UHT milk? Ultra high temperature
We're
pasteurized?
going through the new tasting protocol.
Yes.
Double dip through that water glass, and
Yeah, 5 times.
thank you, sir.
Yeah, hey, welcome to the team.
And that's incredible.
It's quite sweet.
It's like candy.
Yeah, it's so sugary, and it reminds me so much of like very sweet, decadent desserts. So I think this is something that we truly believe that speaks easier to new customers getting into industry. Like this is what attracts them, right?
Yeah, it's that
Yeah.
doorway that brings them
Yeah.
into specialty, tell the story, and
Yes.
I think this is one of the best, or maybe the best milk beverage I've had in
Thank
my
you so
life.
much.
And I'm not saying this because you are from my country. You know, it's simply delicious.
Yeah, and the
Congrats,
combination of the blend was just fantastic because obviously you guys tasted the espresso. Kai's coffee has such a like champagne white wine like quality, high acidity, and sometimes with such heavy sweetness milks, it tends to be a little bit unbalanced. And as soon as we mix a little bit with our Brazilian lot, we were amazed with the balance of sweetness and body that it came out, and we're so happy to be serving this blend.
It's incredible. I think I'll have this memory in my life forever.
Yeah.
I remember Danilo. Danilo, he knows all the drinks he tasted like 100 years ago from this barista and that barista and all the ingredients. And this is something now for me to remember, Danilo, because it's really
Yeah.
crazy. Guys, I wish you had a chance to drink it. But you can go to Brazil and taste it with what I'm invited.
so if we came to the shops or one of the shops, how close an experience to this would we have from your baristas? You know, serving similar coffee? Is this
Yeah.
the direction, or is it?
Yeah, I
different?
think that this is definitely a direction. I think one of the biggest objectives that we had in competition, it's how we can push Brazilian baristas more and more. And I think this obviously reflects into our service and all the intricate things that we develop with our teams and with our initial like starting up baristas. And hopefully this will be soon high level quality drinks that we can be serving in our shops as well.
I cannot imagine what it would be like to not be standing on the stage, but to order a coffee and this be served. To me, it would be life changing, right?
That's true.
So we have a couple minutes left.
Okay.
Do any of you guys have a question after you've seen him complete this set? Is there anything that you want to know about the full experience?
I think you did an amazing job. I mean, I knew you were going to be on time, so I wasn't worried at all. I didn't have the heart beating or anything. I feel it. I feel the love. This is amazing. Way to go.
Thank you. Thank you.
I would love to give Boran the opportunity. You know, part of the team is here, but you've got so many people back in Brazil,
Yeah.
so many people around the world supporting you. I think maybe given a minute to just acknowledge anyone
List
who
those names.
couldn't be
Of
here
course.
today, like your father as an example, who
Yes.
is not here and is back in Brazil.
So we're happy to be a full-on coffee family working the entire chain. My brother is right here competing Brewers finals as well. Super happy for him. I'm happy for my dad is back home. He's probably super stressed out watching both of us make finals and trying to hold the fort with all the work at the farm. We're at peak harvest season, so everyone at the farm, everyone at the shops, I want to thank them so much. I want to thank my mom. She's right here supporting us always. So I'm super happy to be sharing this moment with so many amazing people, amazing team in Canada, Cole, Dave, Jesse, Nelson, all those guys. They became basically our extended family now. And you guys can't get rid of us anymore, so that's unfortunate for you. But yeah, I think the amount of connections and beautiful connections that we made throughout this journey, and it's a great way to finish it.
Well, I think we can all agree you have done your country, your family, and your team incredibly proud. We're all so excited to see what happens next. But congratulations
Thank you so
and a
much.
round of applause for the Barista Champion of Brazil, Boran.
That was Boran Un giving his presentation with his a panel of friends and hosts, as well as members of his team, Martia and the guys from Canada, from Calgary, that are, I guess, working with him on importing as well as training, and one of his growers in Panama. So that was, let me just change this here. That was the his presentation. I think we still have 2 more competitors to go. I believe we've already seen Patrick Rolfe, and according to Barista Magazine's posts on Instagram, it looks like the previous competitors today have been Jack Simpson, Australia, Barista champion of Australia, has gone already, as well as Daniele Ricci, the Barista champion of Italy. Those were the 2 that went earlier today as well. And then right before we started broadcasting, Patrick Rolfe from Denmark, and then now Boram Un. So Daniele, Jack Simpson, Patrick, Boram. So the last 2 competitors left would be Don Chan of Hong Kong and Isaiah Sheese of the United States. And so these are 2 other people that I know. I've known Isaiah for a long time, and I've known Don for quite a bit of time. Actually, strangely enough, when I was in Bangkok earlier last month, I was doing some touring of coffee shops in Bangkok, and one of the ones that someone told me to check out was a place called Wan Wan, WAN, Wan Wan Coffee Roasters, and it's in this. It's a little bit away from. It's definitely away from the downtown part of the central part of Bangkok, and it's in this house on this compound. Really lovely grounds. Like it's really a nice setup, and in this older home. And I walked in, and there's Don lounging on the couch, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, man!" And so turns out that Don moved to Bangkok because his girlfriend is from Bangkok, and they started a coffee business there together. And so there he was, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, man, I can't believe you're here." And I was like, "I can't believe you're here either." So we were able to sit down and have coffee, and I got to order coffee from him, and he let me taste 2 different coffees, 2 different espressos. Then it turns out later that he was trying to determine between which one of those to bring to the World Championship, because Don is the Barista champion of Hong Kong, even though he's now living in Bangkok. And so I got to taste 2 of the potential ones. One was a Ecuadorian coffee, and the other one, I think, was a Colombian. Beautiful espressos. Like, I thought they were some of the best espressos I've ever had in my entire career. Like, wonderful flavors, wonderfully complex. So I was shooting a video for the channel, so that will eventually come to the channel, the tasting of that. And whenever he comes on today, hopefully we'll get to see one of those 2 coffees, and hopefully it'll do well for him. But we're just waiting now for the championship to come back. Why are we waiting? We are waiting because, as you can see, there's just the this holding plate. But what's going on right now at the championship? We only now have 1 panel of judges. So the judges need time to go into the backstage to do what we call deliberation. A lot of people are always kind of wondering, like, what's going on there? And deliberation really is about the head judge sitting down with the judges, the panel of judges. And what we do is that we actually, we actually record all the scores of the judges. So as a head judge, I'll sit there, I'll receive a sheet that has all the scores from the score sheet, right? All of these scores here will be in a columnized, sheet that has the scores next to each other. So the head judge can compare the scores to each other. And, basically the head judge is tasting all of the drinks. So typically what happens is the main judge, the sensory judge, will taste the drink. After the sensory judge has finished their tasting, the head judge will come and taste the drink as a reference point. And that head judge will also kind of make a notation about what kind of scoring that head judge would have given that drink. So when we get to deliberation, the head judge is looking at the scoring that's been given, thinking about what kind of score that the head judge would have given for that drink. And if they're in line, there may be no question about it. We're also looking to see, like, how will that score compare to the score next to it? And what I mean by that is that we're talking about espresso drinks, right? So typically we're pulling single shots, we're serving single shots of a double shot from a portafilter. So we would think that the two shots that are served should be relatively close in taste experience. And so we're looking to see other like wide aberrations in scoring between the judges. And then there very well could be a good reason for
And
that.
now we have
We just want to
our
ask and
final
find out why.
competitor of
All right, let's go
of
back
the
to
day.
our and see what
And who is that?
Edgar
whole
and,
The whole
Championship.
Barista Championship. Who
and
is that,
Dale
I
has.
couldn't be more excited. We have a Barista champion representing Wen Coffee Roasters and Hong Kong, Dawn Chan.
All right, Dawn.
Applauses.
Dawn Chan is back. Looks all serious in that picture. And maybe we'll get to it. It's the time. All right, there he is.
So,
I'm really surprised at how empty the hall is.
time. Hello, I'm very happy to be on the stage because I believe that in here, all the barista, the performance can be truly inspiring. As a coffee professional and a passionate coffee lover, I always love to try the new coffee bean. I think you are the same. The best moment is before we open the bag, when the anticipation and the excitement build up inside of us. Recently, I have to try the new coffee. Just smell this amazing fragrance. This coffee gives me a new tasting experience. This coffee allows me to break through my brewing skill and my brewing ratio. And also, this coffee depends our connection with specialty coffee. So, for today's performance, I really want to using three balance concept to give you inspiration. And all this inspiration, I want to let much more people, they can love, they can enjoy our specialty coffee. For me, today we have three concepts. The first we call balance of the future. I will using my barista skill, how I understand my coffee with the right ingredient. That can synergize the new tasting experience about this coffee. And also about this tasting experience, I want to represent this coffee the future. Second, we call balance of the black. This balance of the black is a showcase how I understanding my coffee with the right coffee and synergize the new tasting experience. Let the acidity, sweetness, bitterness, three elements work well together in our tasting experience. Next one, we call balance of the right. For the balance of the white, I will show you how I understanding my coffee, and then with the right intensity of the milk, then they synergize the new tasting experience and the harmonious of the milk coffee for you. So we start the first course. It's our milk course. Balance of the white. You get vanilla ice cream, coconut, sweet milk chocolate, and also hint of banana. It's a creamy texture, velvety, with a clothing sweetness. For me, the best coffee should have a high flavor character that always remind me a wash processing coffee. However, in the recent year, we always consider about the specialty coffee, the sustainability, and the water pollution. So today I explored the new farm. It's in Ecuador. It's called Finca Soledad, located in 1,600 meters above sea level. Pepe will using a water-free processing called Thai oxidizer. This processing allows him to reduce the water usage. Also, allow him to finding the new variety. That new variety we call Typica Manorado. This Typica Manorado have such a beautiful citrus character because this coffee have an Ethiopian genetic coffee character.
That's the coffee I tried.
Pepe, we're not using a flotation in the processing because He wants to keep the natural yeast and the bacteria in the processing. Allow him during the open temp fermentation for 2 days. This time, have a high intensity of the microbionic event. The mass to heat up the event, allow him to depulp the cherry, and then keep the cherry with mucilage in the green pomade for 2 more days. This time, we let this beautiful citrus character transfer to the tactile acidity. For today, this typical Manerado, I was using 22 grams to extract 35 grams in your milk coffee cost because I want to highlight this beautiful tactile acidity in here. But I was using 1 liter with 3.6 fat content of the milk. Frozen becoming ice, and then put it in the 3 degrees Celsius for the fridge to do the cold distillation. Finally, after 10 hours, it will get 400 grams of the cold distilled milk. This milk, the intensity just matched with my coffee, allow me to synergize the banana character for you. Thank you. I was using 1 to 2.5 ratio, 1 to 2.5 ratio to let my coffee combine with this milk. Now I will steam the milk to 50 degrees Celsius, bring out the harmonious sweetness. Form up 20% with the milk foam, bring the creamy texture in here. Thank you. It's our first course is coming. For roasting this coffee, I was using 180 degrees Celsius. Start to roasting this coffee because I don't want to get any sour character in your milk coffee. And also, I want to synergize the sweet milk chocolate for you. Please enjoy. Thank you. I remember it's my first time to make you this coffee. Just enjoy. Susie, this is the first coffee. I know you experienced before, but I can promise you, the flavor never change. Still the beautiful flavor in here. Thank you. Also, it's my first time to make you coffee. Hope you enjoy. Thank you. Sorry, Rookie, let you wait. Hope you enjoy. Thank you. So, ready? Take your time. So, for our espresso, ready, Rookie? For our espresso, which is called balance of the black, I will using my barista skill, the blending skill. Let this coffee blend with other coffee. Let the acidity, sweetness, bitterness, three elements work well together. So, we understanding, we have descriptive tasting experience that showcase the unique flavor of our beautiful espresso. For today, your espresso tasting evaluation, you get sweet orange, green grape, pomelo, Chardonnay white wine. It's a medium body. It's a velvety texture, silky and smooth. And also, in the second sip, remind me the finish is a dessert wine. And also, we understanding. We have affected tasting experience that showcase my barista skill. How I'm using my coffee to brew it in today's situation and maximize the tasting experience for you to enjoy this one. Today, we are using Tempesta machine, IMS green hat with the VST basket. If I just extract my typical Manorado in this situation, I will not get enough sweetness to support the whole tasting experience. So I will using 50-50 ratio to let this coffee blend with other coffee. Other coffee is somewhere 1,600 meters above sea level. From Colombia, called Immaculada Farm, Julia producer, he recommend me using the variety called Originarides. Originarides such as have a lower caffeine, low down the bitterness. Also, this coffee doing like 2 weeks and our anaerobic natural processing. That allow me be the perfect match for you. When you get the coffee, just evaluate the crema first, and I'll show you the perfect temperature to enjoy it. Thank you. Susie, thank you. Stephanie, thank you. Vicky, thank you. So, and also we understanding that always is small bean, high intensity. First time, break through my recipe. Today, I'm using 28 grams to extract 48 grams. In this situation recipe, I can promise you, and no sour character with a super high flavor character in here. I hope this tasting experience can let much more people enjoy espresso. Thank you. Please enjoy. Ready for your signature drink. For a signature drink, we call balance of the future. We understanding there is no perfect coffee in the world, but also we understanding enjoy coffee so many different ways. So I want to using my signature drink to represent this coffee in the future. And I talked to Pepe. We understanding this coffee can improve in the flavor and then the sweetness. So Pepe teach me he actually can using a sun exposure to improve the coffee. First, we have the ingredient. This is like a 5 gram of taste balance solution. This one, I will using 3 gram of the osmanthus tea, 5 gram of the goji tea. Osmanthus, the floral, can synergize with this coffee, typical Manorado, the citrus character, transfer to green apple. Goji tea, low down the acidity, bring you sweetness for the whole tasting experience. And this one represents Pepe. Later, we're using 50% of the cherry. Let much more sun exposure. Let the coffee cherry develop more sugar. Next one, we have 30 grams of the flavor solution. This flavor solution represents Pepe. Later, we're using other 50% cherry. Straight growing. Let the cherry develop slowly and then get much more flavor. With my coffee, actually, with my coffee, the character, it can synergize the Japanese green grape character. The most important is our coffee. The coffee today, I will using 22 grams to extract 45 grams with my typical Manorado. This recipe allow me to bring in the beautiful tactile regularity and let much more space to with my coffee match with other ingredients. 3-time control dilution with the 0 TDS of the ice that bring you much more beautiful character. Next one, 3 grams of the milk, cold distilled milk that we're using milk coffee before. Put it in the blender. After that, after blending 3 seconds, you get the flavor of creamy texture. For your signature drink today, you get creamy texture. It's a refreshing flavor. You get green apple, muscat green grape, honeysuckle, And especially, we are in Greece today, Greek yogurt. Serving at the temperature is at 20 degrees Celsius. Because under this temperature, allow me to bring you much more flavor character and the sweetness for you. Thank you so much. As I understanding, barista is someone who can make coffee. Barista is someone, they love coffee. And also, barista is everyone. Anyone can be barista. But I think the most important reason is all the experience. What is barista for us? What we want this experience inspire much more people. They love our specialty coffee. And that's my time. Thanks so much.
All right, there it is, 14:30. Well executed, nicely timed.
And this was the presentation of Don Chen from 1-1 Coffee Roasters representing Hong Kong.
If he could have, if he was able to recreate his espressos as well as he presented them to me, that Ecuador, the Typica Monorado, man, that was a killer coffee. Like that was, like I said, that was some of the best espresso I've ever had in my entire career. So hopefully he'll do well. Hopefully he's been able to recreate that and can pull out a good thing. So like I was saying before he started, the judges, when they go into the back room, they're comparing, the head judges comparing scoring to each other, as well as how the head judge has evaluated that drink themselves. Again, the head judge will taste the coffee after the sensory judges, just as a reference point to figure out, just to have an understanding of what the flavor of that drink was and perhaps how that scoring should be. And so the head judge will look at the scores, compare them, and then decide maybe they need to be questioned about that. Like, for example, if the scores are separate, if there's a disparity in the scoring, the head judge may ask the judge and be like, hey, so tell me about your experience. Like typically, if I'm the head judge, I'll ask the judge about their experience. What was the taste balance or the taste experience like for you? And then they'll talk about it. And within the scoring, we use a system of 0 to 6. And we assign descriptors for each of those scoring positions. So 0 being unacceptable, 1 being acceptable, 2 average, 3 good, 4 very good, 5 excellent, 6 extraordinary. And we're, as a head judge, I'll be listening to how the competitor, or how the judge will be describing their experience. So for example, let's say the judge gave a 4, which would be very good. If the judge is describing that and describes that category as a good, then there's a disparity there, because the way that judge has described it has been good, which is a 3, rather than very good, which is a 4. So if that person gave a 4 and they said it was good, then we may ask them, so you said that you said it was just good, but you scored it very good. And that may be a reason for that judge to reevaluate what score they've given and perhaps come down. Now, conversely, it goes the other way. So for example, let's say that judge is like at a 4, right? And the head judge questions that. So tell me about your experience. And the judge is like, well, it's this and this and this. It was really excellent. Well, then why did you give a 4? Well, then the judge can then also reevaluate and perhaps evolution up. So it's more about trying to ensure that the scores that are given by the judges accurately reflect the experience that they had with their drinks, rather than any kind of manipulation. Like a lot of the criticism is that there's some kind of manipulation going on. There's some kind of tomfoolery that could be happening, but that's really not what it's like. We're really trying to make sure that the judges are giving the most accurate score to reflect the experience that they had with that drink. And that's one of the things that I think we can do better. We need to do better in communicating that to the public so that they have a better understanding of what's going on. Otherwise, it just seems like, things going on behind closed doors, when it's not really that way at all. All right, so we're just waiting for the next competitor, which would be our last competitor of the day. I believe that the last competitor will now be Isaiah Sheese. And I think they're going to do another interview session with Dawn and Dale and I guess Edgardo Bresciani. Edgar, not Edgardo, sorry. And we're just waiting for them to come back online. And here we are. Let's see what they got to say.
Back with our final competitor of this World Barista Championship, Dawn Chan.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
Oh, this was the fun.
Exciting.
Yeah?
Yeah, and now their Thai work, they say ตื่น丁. But in my Cantonese word, we say, wow, 好緊張，真係好緊張，好緊張.
Are you, maybe you can introduce your team for
Yeah,
everyone
this
here?
is my coach, yes, then all is my coach team.
Yeah.
They
Say all
amazing.
of their names for us, if you can.
Like Fiat, Smart, Bill, Atir, Marion, Noon, and of course, like you have so many people in there.
Many more people
Yeah,
that help.
everyone they help me like, thanks so much. 多謝.
So I've seen you compete for many years. When was your, not for the Worlds, but your very first Barista Championship?
My first, very first, 2012.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah, it's in 2012. But
nice.
you know, like you saw our competition, like every time it's improve a lot.
Yeah.
Now we get like beautiful stage, more people they grow, even more people they come to join, like knowledge, everything. They grow so fast. Yeah.
As have you. You've grown through all those years and are bringing new ideas all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Like I still remember, and you know, in that time, I just know about this competition. There's no, you cannot find any information. Like UK, you can find a live stream that area, but now we can find it in YouTube.
Yeah.
So I think the thing is that much more people they come to know what we do, what is specialty coffee. I think for now the situation as a barista, as a producer, as a roaster, coffee professional, drinker, more knowledge than before a lot. Even like more beautiful coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think your performance was beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to get a chance to taste some of the coffee, but maybe you can tell us a little bit about the way you crafted that narrative and what you wanted the judges to feel.
Yeah, I think the first thing, like I need to thank you my producer Pepe. He's such a do amazing innovation, nice coffee. He is like more amazing. I think when I try so many coffee, finally I find him. Yeah, of course. Typical Colorado, I never tried before. There's nice processing. How to respect the nature is a Pepe told me. Yeah, he understanding like, oh, how the nature, what is this? He have what he believe. So I think totally all the coffee, yeah, so many good coffee. But I think I mostly respect is what Pepe the personality. So I want to pick that. No matter what, I find my barista way to make it good. Yeah.
That human connection needs it, and
Yeah. So I think that is what as me as a barista want to do. Yeah.
And did you select some of these coffees and then you decided which one to use, or you were straight with your decision?
Yeah, actually, I have so many coffee to find. Like Bill, they find me a nice coffee. My friend Park, he find me a nice coffee. I think I'm the lucky one. Yeah, I have so many friends around me. So, you know, in a competition time, you save some time to do something, you more time to do other thing. So yeah, I can stand here, not only me, it's all my team, everyone behind the online screen, like even like they are in somewhere. Yeah, I think it's it.
Any major changes in your presentation from nationals to the world?
Yeah, actually I changed something. My national, I basically like sometime I were in Thailand. Thailand is a nice like country, producing country in there. This team, they bring me what is producing country. As a Hong Kong for me, I know how to service, I know hospitality, I know roasting, but I didn't much more experience about production. But they teach me, they spend time with me, like I think I learned a lot from them. So I'm using national, I'm using Thai coffee, which is from Chiang Lai, from the farm called Aja. The producer called P Nun, but she's like quite like open-minded producer in that way. Also, so many farmers, for example, Silinya, yeah, I think more information, ask them. But they put more new knowledge for me. So at that time, they also teach me how to processing what it is, how to affecting the coffee, truly affecting it is. Yeah.
I was in January in Thailand visiting the producing regions, and I was impressed. I had so many delicious coffees, and I was like surprised with the scenery of young people staying in the mountains, beautiful coffee shops,
Exactly.
nice boutique hotels. I was so in love with the country.
And also you just think about, okay, you're in downtown, you're in Bangkok, you just take a flight like 1 hour,
True.
and then take like a 45-minute more. You go to the
I was
producing
there.
country, finish something, you go back your home, back to your condominium.
Yeah,
The-
but the mountains
Yeah.
are beautiful, beautiful.
So it's like yeah. But I know, of course, there are so many producing country they're growing more. Even like they already developed, they still keep innovating. So yeah, that's one more time we have in a good time in here. I think yeah, with a good time, especially coffee. Yeah.
Would you prepare us one of your espressos, or if you have time, or if you have coffee there?
Actually, I have.
Tell us what you have. We're okay
Tell us
if
what
there's
you have.
none.
Yeah,
We can dream.
Okay, I have. Yeah. I cannot let your guy disappointed. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have. So like one more time, like Pepe, he doing like nice job, great job. Uh, for like sometimes we as a barista, you not many time have a nice machine, nice grinder. So we face to so many different way. I know as a barista, you don't need to have decent equipment. You still can do perfect coffee. So like for example, today we're doing our coffee in this stage. We think about how to match with water, how match with everything, how match with the competition. So I think, yeah, I have two different roles in here. So yeah, pick you the one is more delicious.
I,
To his
I hope the
point,
judges got the more
when he
delicious
made this
one, but I'm
coffee
very happy
in
with
Bangkok,
Chandra.
Yeah,
he roasted
Yeah.
it.
While you brew this, guys, is there anything you want to
He roasted it
say
on
to
a
Dawn now he's
kawa
here?
right before he ground it, and pulled the shot on a Flare 58,
He always
and
inspired
it
me.
was
When
stellar.
he started competing, I just opened the coffee shop in Bangkok, and he started for competing that year.
Okay, so he's been part of your whole coffee adventure.
Yeah,
And,
he always inspired me. Yeah,
and so what is it like to work together with one of your heroes?
yeah, yeah. It's my pleasure to be here with him.
Amazing. And how has Athens been for you guys? Have you enjoyed being in the city and the cafes?
Haven't been in the city.
Oh, you've just been here, right? You've been enjoying the sponsored milk at the
Very
back.
focused. Yes, focusing
No,
on the
no.
competition.
Yeah, that was a joke. But I spent like 3 hours this morning, walk around, get a new whatever that is.
You
Wow,
And-
looks nice.
Yeah, thank you. So I feel Greek right now.
Yeah.
The food is delicious, and yeah,
Yeah, here is the
Yes.
food delicious.
food is
And
delicious.
do you guys have some days after the competition to stay?
No, we're
you
flying
have
off tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay.
That's why, yeah. But that, in fact, also on the other hand, Don also helped us when we are competing because this team, we are the
Also Thai
yeah,
champions.
we
and yeah.
has been like champion here
Coffee time.
as well.
Coffee
Yeah.
time.
So if you don't mind, I'll take a little sip and then we can share it
Yeah.
and you can quality control.
Sure.
Yeah, nice grape character like Chardonnay white wine. So I really like it in here.
Heaven.
Of course, I have other coffee from Colombia, Immaculata. They amazing. They innovative. They put so many new things about us. Like Immaculata is one of the amazing farm in here. So also he get a good advice for me how to do it with coffee, make this typical Manorado more even better. So yeah, so I think I once again I like now the specialty coffee because you can touch more the information connection more easier than before. Yeah.
That, the finish is phenomenal. It is
Yeah.
just like white wine.
Yeah.
It has
Yeah.
a really nice kind of a little bit of mineral quality,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
also the clean fruit, beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And how is the coffee scene in Hong Kong? I go to Hong Kong every year. I haven't been there now because of the pandemic. I plan to go this year.
Yes.
But how has it changed over the past 3 years after the pandemic?
Actually, I like like Hong Kong, the coffee industry, we are city, but we are really close. Even like, for example, you just spend one day. No, you just want to spend 3 hours for coffee tour in Hong Kong, like a one street, like 50 meter, like 800 meter. You can have like a lot of coffee shop. But the thing I want to say is that you have so many things you can choose. They will have local roaster. You will have some, for example, like Japanese style, e-brick, or like traditional Italian style coffee for sure. Because we in Hong Kong, we can find buy any international coffee really easy. Oh, I want to try like coffee from UK, from anywhere like Europe, like yeah, really easy. But also we really close to each other. Everyone would know we face to the problem. Every country they face problem. We face to the problem is everyone know it.
Yeah.
Um, we I know maybe someone you suffer, but I want to say like don't give up. Will be one day will be great. Yeah.
And do you have milk to prepare as
Oh, that you are to get the last shot already.
It was the last shot.
I think if this is the last coffee I drink today, it's been a good day. You know?
Wonderful. It's been wonderful.
Yeah,
to
if it's
finish
as
my
good
day
as the
with a
one that I
beautiful-
had,
Yeah.
it was really
amazing, delicious.
But maybe you can
Stellar.
talk to us a little about the milk drink and the coffee that went inside and the choices you made with the milk because
Yes.
it's pretty simple, right?
Yeah, because I like in Greece. Wow, the milk, the cheese, amazing. And also this year we got like plant-based meals, and they have so many choice. When we come to here, we this time I think we spend more time in milk coffee. We try all the sponsored milk coffee, and actually they easy to synergize with your coffee. You just make sure okay what I put in there, or even like you can solve for example like other competitors like Ben, he using plant-based meal with lactose free. Or so many competitors this year they have so many innovation about milk coffee. So for me like I am the one not brave stick to my comfort zone. Yeah, because I know I have like very limited of coffee. I don't want to get any problem there. But of course, in here the milk coffee like nice flavor character, easy to let you synergize new flavor. And you know, sometimes we want to get flavor. Sometimes want to get the nice milk coffee. The balance, we want to get flavor. We want to get nice taste balance. So, but in Greece, the milk is much more easy to let get your milk coffee with good flavor and harmonious sweetness. So you don't need to think about, oh my God, my roast is not matched today. My milk, the intensity like little bit changed again. When you after here, you try everything. Yeah, it's quite nice for me. And the milk coffee didn't have big challenging in here. Yeah.
What about
But talking a little bit about seeing the other baristas and what they were presenting, what you said right at the beginning about how this competition inspires you and how
Yeah.
the smell of the coffee inspires you. What has inspired you over the course of these days, and what are you going to take back to Hong Kong to play with and think a little more about?
I think that this time I really back to the thing is why I want to come. Actually, I be barista for so, and I think oh wow, I think always the best moment. You go buy a coffee shop, you buy it online, you buy it at a shop. After you drink the coffee, you buy the coffee back. The best moment after you spend money, open the coffee is always the magic moment. You make you disappointed, will make you happy, you make you out of expect, you make you so many emotional in there. So I think even maybe for example you go buy a sausage, never have this experience, right? So I think oh wow, this is a interesting experience. Also for of course like Pepe coffee is good, so allow me to do like this thing. Yeah.
and what inspired you for the creation of your signature drink?
The signature drink I think is a first thing like I not in producing country. So when I talking to Pepe, one of the things I talk to Pepe, I say, hey Pepe, like what the trust, what he believe, and also like what he want to improve about this coffee. And then I say, for me, I think if this coffee is serving in Hong Kong, in Thailand, what people will expect. Because you know, like finally coffee we face to the customer. So I just say, oh, if this coffee can, what do you do? Because it's not like barista say, why? Yeah. And also like we just face to tiny group of people. It's not everyone. So I think comment you back to them is more important than everything. So when I asked Pepe, I said what he will improve it. He said, oh, he didn't reply me yet. Suddenly before I wake up, I saw he sent me message. He said, oh, I get a Esmeralda. And I say like, he think already do some experiment about the like sun exposure in that way. So, but this one I'm not professional. I think you should add Pepe more. Yeah.
Amazing. And will you be serving this drink, the signature drink, at the coffee shop?
I think later will for sure. Yeah. Because also like, I think also like signature drink, like cocktail coffee, mocktail coffee will be our next thing in here.
yeah.
So of course, yeah, I would love to. And also we keep innovation like new drink, new probability in coffee.
Great,
Yeah.
great. Yeah, amazing. Amazing. That's a really
So,
interesting.
Dawn, I think we have a lot of your team here and these new friends that you've built up over the last years. But also
Yeah.
you have this whole business at home as well with
Yeah.
the roasting. And so maybe if you tell us a little bit about that and spread the word of your colleagues and the work you're doing, would be really interesting.
I think the most thing, every time like this, after a competition, the first one you go back home, is that you really want to go back to make coffee with your customer. Like share your experience, like how the grease, how the coffee shop, what amazing people for you, or who you met in backside, you exchange coffee, what the new knowledge you find. For now, I think I want to go back home. I would not go back home for my bag for sure, but go back home is a share the amazing experience for my friend. Yeah.
And how intense was your practicing? You know, for
For
how
me,
many
like,
times have you done this routine?
It's always intense, but now, yeah, experience already. So I will write down what should I do, what should I do. Luckily, this time get more team, so I can focus like, oh, what is the thing about the presentation? What is the tasting experience you want to bring? Um, you know, we competition, we're looking for say the drink, the tasting experience. We how to achieve make like judge get the best experience for this coffee. So this is the thing for my work. I need to think it well, think about what I believe in this tasting experience and how to show it in Greece and why I believe this tasting experience. And yeah, I think this most difficult is that I need to make sure consistency to get this tasting experience come here.
And did your coffee behave differently from the different water and from how it was tasting in Hong Kong? Do you had to adjust this?
I think yeah. Actually, here we get BWT, so we get amazing water in here. So and in Hong Kong we also were using BWT. So actually, like it's quite stable and let you allow easy to extract the coffee. So for me, like just develop the coffee well and find the right extraction in there. Make sure no any negative flavor in the tasting experience, and the flavor will come. Yeah.
Any competitions coming next? Do you plan to compete again in any other of our WC
I really want some
competitions?
touch wood. I don't know. Never don't know. But of course, you say like I come back to join in different position. I think I would like to.
Yeah.
Because like you every time like every year you just like, oh my God, we come back to like a gathering, sharing, meet your friend, especially after the long time we didn't meet each other. And also I think the next generation for our life, AI will coming, human interaction will more expensive. Yeah. So I think this is I would love to every time meet my friend. Yeah. Rather than I just using my phone.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
I think, it's so integral to everything we do in coffee is being together and, sharing a cup with one other person that gift you can make. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's such a beautiful thing. And it becomes more, as the technology helps us do so much more and dial things in, this becomes so much more important, right? The human moment and what we can share and talking about the flavor together and the different ideas.
Exactly.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with the audience or with the live stream? There are thousands of people at home who have tuned in to watch this. And
I think I want to thank you to my team. Yeah, without them, I think I cannot. Me and Fierce cannot like two people can do like this. Never ever. So thanks so much.
Thank you. So we have the presentation and now our conversation with Don Chen from One Coffee Roasters representing Hong Kong. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
It
thanks
was
so much.
inspiring to see you.
Thank you.
And now you get an hour or so that you can relax,
Yeah.
you can breathe, you can drink something else.
Yeah, sure. I think, yeah, we should rock around the exhibition.
So thank you, Don, and it's been a wonderful day. We're gonna
I
slide over
don't
to the
know if
corner.
you can ever relax if you're a competitor in the finals, especially of the World Championship. Now you have to wait for the announcements. So I don't know if you can ever really relax and chill while you're waiting to find out whether you win or lose. So let's see what Edgar and Dale have to say on this, if they have anything good.
We had so much fun. We have to come back next year.
Every year, right?
Definitely,
You never want to miss
apply
out.
early to be able to enjoy.
Next year will
beautiful
be
moment.
in Busan, Korea.
So we have to
24.
thank our competitors, our judges,
Our
who are
volunteers.
volunteers. The judges themselves are volunteers, and our volunteers who are in the backstage. Without them, it wouldn't be possible to
Most
organize.
everybody
the
that's involved with the
And
competition
also all the judges
in
that
most
you don't
positions
see
are
tasting the
volunteers that
drinks,
have
that are
spent
behind
their
the
own
scenes
money
facilitating
to
that,
come
making sure everything's
to the
transparent and
championship
consistent.
for all of their
And we will
expenses:
be back
airfare, housing,
Let's-
accommodations, food,
So we'll
travel,
give it an hour.
everything.
hour,
The
because then at
WBC
least the
provides
then
none
have
of that.
A big thank to our sponsors. What are they?
So really, what you're
We have
seeing is a bunch of
sponsors of
people that are
Barista
coming there
House, which
because
is
they
flying
want to
machines.
support the competition.
have
They love the
PwC.
industry. They love supporting the baristas.
Victoria Arduino
So it's
for the
really
grinders.
All-pro plant-based
to see the
milks.
judges and volunteers and the runners. That's truly
Yes.
an expression of their commitment to the craft, and to coffee, and
Hard to say. You pronounce it better.
hopefully that's good. All right, well, that's pretty much it for them. They're going to take at least an hour. It's what time is it? I think it's 3:00 in Athens. They probably won't announce until they do take a while to announce, so it will probably be a while, probably closer to 5. But I would say they said an hour. I'm going to presume they're probably going to take 2 hours. I will not be coming back on for the live stream to do to follow the announcements. I've got some other stuff I have to take care of, some graduation parties I have to get ready for. So that's pretty much it for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. That was the two of the competitors, Boram Un and Don Chan, from the World Finals, the World Barista Championship Finals that's happening right now in Athens, Greece. And it's the last day of World of Coffee there, the last day of the competition. There's also the World Brewers Cup going on. And what else is happening there? There's World Brewers Cup, and there is, what else is happening? There is also, it'd be nice if it was easier to, there's also the Brewers Cup. Let me see if I can find that. World Brewers, World E-Brick. One of the things that I find is that they make it rather difficult to find the links to any of these competitions. I'm trying to see if there's the World Brewers, the World Cup Tasters, as well as the World E-Brick. Coffee and Good Spirits, not E-Brick. Coffee and Good Spirit, Chesra E-Brick. And I don't know what's going on there. Looks like nothing's going on there. Oh. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, Coffee and Good Spirits. SIGs, yes. Coffee and Good Spirits. But it doesn't seem, I can't tell whether they're running them now or. Looks like the Brewers Cup is over. But there are a couple things here. I'll put the link is athens.wcc .coffee, and from there you can go and click on the actual live streams and see whatever's happening from there. But I'm going to head out now. So thanks for tuning in. Hope this you enjoyed this. If you have any questions about the competitions, put them in the comments down below, especially if you're watching on the replay. And yeah, I've got more videos coming out on the main channel here about travels. I've shot a whole bunch of stuff for over the past month while I was doing the Malaysian Latte Art Championship, and then subsequent trips to Bangkok, where I did visit with Don Chan and visited his 1-1 coffee roasters, and then went to the Philippines to participate in the coffee show there, the coffee expo that was happening in Manila, and then did a tour of some of the coffee places in the country, and then went to Japan and toured a little bit in Tokyo of the different coffee shops. So those are more videos that'll be coming over the coming months. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for tuning in, and catch you next time. Hope you have a great Saturday, and they'll be announcing the finals for all the competitions in just a few hours. So see you then.